Niggas wanna see you lose when you're making moves. We bringing tools in any rooms.
Back in the building. We back in the place. I'm back with my big bro, Ray. This is Off Trend. Hey, if you're new, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, man. Roll to 1,000. Hey, man, everything been moving, man. Shaking. Let's get it on. Hey, what it do, bro, man? What you got going on, man?
Man, you know me, man. I've been on this house renovation stuff, just working hard, bro. Like, I pulled a lot of hours this week for sure. So, but you
I
know, it
love
was my son's birthday, so I had to make stuff happen. You know.
That's one thing I can't say about you, my brother. We gonna work hard.
Yeah.
When God give us something, we gonna use it.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, not a lot of people do it like that. So man, hey, today, man, we got an interview for y'all, man. We got a lovely lady outside of Tulsa, Oklahoma, bro. I'm gonna let my big bro jump it off. Man, hey, y'all stay tuned. And remember,
I just wanted to interview you. You know, like bro was saying, you know, you have a big influence on Tulsa, so you know, I kind of want to get your outlook on some things about the hair world, and you know, get some intellect on what really goes on because I don't know nothing about hair. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna be able to tell me more. I seen you earlier braid somebody hair blindfolded, and that was mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
Oh, you braided somebody hair blindfolded?
Yes, I went to a braid competition in where's was it Norman, the OU campus. So I went there and they had two competitions that day. One was blindfolded and the other one was just creativity, fantasy.
Oh, that is dope. That is dope. I would never think to even blindfold to do anything.
You know what? It was around the time Bird Box came out.
Okay, motherfucker throwing in.
They was taking that Bird Box to the extreme, and we did it. It was one of the hardest braid competitions I've ever done in my life.
Did you win?
Yes, I won.
Hats off to you. Hats off to you. Who would ever give you the idea to even braid blindfolded? Was it something that you came up with? Or I know you said you just watched Bird Box.
Yeah, I had watched Bird Box, and Bird Box was going real viral on Facebook at that time and all social media platforms. People was doing stupid stuff. Bird Box challenge this, Bird Box challenge that. And then somebody decided to do a competition. It's called the pop-up battle. So it was a guy named Jack Walker. He was hosting the pop-up battles in Oklahoma City to where barbers and braiders would come out to battle and compete. And around that time, it was so controversial on Facebook. He said, let's have a Bird Box battle. So it was men there cutting their own hair blindfolded as well.
That's dope. That's dope.
That's hard right there. I respect that. What made you decide to become a business owner?
So by the age of 11, I knew how to braid. And my mom, she would just look at it like, oh, okay, she's doing everybody's hair. It's cute. But within like 6 months to a year, I got really good. So by the age 12, she would start seeing all these kids with their hair braided. And she like, you know what? You got to start charging. You braid better than half these people in the salons. Because in the early 2000s, there wasn't a lot of braiders in salons other than the African braid shops. But just regular braiders in the salons, there wasn't a lot of them. So for me to be able to braid at the age of 12 at the way I was braiding, she seen that talent in me. Plus my great grandmother, she owned a salon as well. So she seen I naturally had it. So that is what instilled entrepreneurship in me. So I literally been getting money since I was all through middle school and high school. I didn't have to work a job because I was pretty much working a job doing hair every single day, all throughout high school.
You was out here grinding. That's what's
right. Then eventually I went to a community college and I would be at school having to leave to go do hair. And I'm like, this is what I need to do. So eventually I remember passing by a salon on Pine and Harbor, my first one. And I passed by the sign 3 days in a row. And I'm like, for lease, there used to be a salon. If I call this number and it's less than $600 a month, this was 10 years ago, remind you.
Yeah.
If I call this number and it's less than $600 a month, I'm getting it. And I called that number and that building was 550 and it was 1,000 square feet. So it was no further questions after that. It was like, I'm getting it. And I had only graduated cosmetology school 4 months ago.
Hey, and that's why it leads me to ask this type of question. Do you think it's a problem with other people's ambition? Or
yeah, it really got to be in you. And it also starts when you're a child. If you got a child that can draw, they got all these artwork in their room. They constantly coming up to you, showing you their photos. You gotta push the kids into already starting to sell their art, even if they not. Put it on Etsy, sell it wherever you need to sell it. Push that entrepreneurship into them. So a lot of people's parents don't see that talent and that skill in them. And I'm glad that my mom seen that in me because when she said it when I was 12, like, yo, tell them to go get $20. You're not doing it free no more. I'm like, Mom, they're not gonna do that. She like, Sharne, I'm looking at your braids. They will do. Told me like you are not allowed to do hair free no more. It's not for play no more. I know you're 12, but you
I said that's dope. Just we grew up in a black community. We got a lot of young ladies that do braid, but again, what you were saying, like when we see our kids that are thriving in certain areas, it is our duty as parents to spot that and encourage it and build upon that. What we tend to do is focus on our own lives and what we got going on so much that our kids they lack the support or lack the backing behind whatever they need to do. So I do applaud that because there's so many girls in Tulsa that can braid. I mean,
yes,
I'm not saying that you're not the best. There might be a
it's a
girl right.
lot. You're right.
There's some badass braiders out there. They just
Yeah.
don't have that push or the ambition to do it, and it really does start as a child.
Get to a point where you're making a good profit until things get more consistent, you know.
Right.
And that's what I'm learning being in the business on the world. You know what I'm saying? Some days I'm pulling 16s, some days I'm pulling 8s. You know what I'm saying? It just depends, you know, how the day goes. So I definitely respect that. You know, how would you say you came up with the name?
So I knew that I wanted Tulsa in it. Like if I feel like if you have any business and you put Tulsa in it, it definitely helps.
Right.
And then I wanted Braiders in it because we were braid. I wanted it to be a braid salon, but of course anybody who did any type of styles they could come work there. But
Right.
I wanted it to be known for braiders because most braiders braid at the house or they are travel braiders. So I wanted to have a shop for that. Most salons in town, they doing press and curls, silk presses, just things with the flat iron and stuff like that versus braids. We don't have
Right.
any braid salons. Also gifted, Tulsa's gifted braiders. So gifted, a lot of people tell me like, you so gifted, you so talented ever since growing up. So that's how the third one came in. And then glad that I named it that, y'all, because I didn't know nothing about an algorithm 10 years ago. The algorithm is crazy with Tulsa's gifted braiders. You type me in.
To say that just the name itself, it kind of shows how selfless you are. Most people who start a salon, the first thing they do is put their name in.
Yeah. And they
Michelle's
advise you not to do that. So most people try to like change a letter on their name or something, but they gotta have
the Braiders is more of a broad name and it gives more of an inclusive feel than just Sharne. Agreed, man. You was killing it back in the day. I just remember the buzz on Facebook. Man, everybody was like, "Oh, you gotta go to her, get your hair braided." And you was popping. You started. I mean, does it help? Does it help being popular? Does it help that a lot of people know who you are?
It definitely does. Like I'm always number one. I don't charge deposits. It's so many people nowadays that charge deposits, booking fees, cancellation fees, late fees. They got a whole policy. They book online with websites, which there is nothing wrong with the way they book. If any way you book is the way you want to book, it works for you.
Yes,
I'm
man.
old school with it, and I like to book on Facebook Messenger. Somebody can call. Anybody need to call me. They don't have to have my personal number. Call me from Facebook. We can talk and communicate all through Facebook and do all the business through Facebook. If they want to know how much I charged them last time, I can scroll through the messages and scroll straight up. It allows me to be booked without having all the extras and overs and feeling like, okay, well, I am so popular. I have to charge an arm and a leg. I'm going to charge deposits. I'm going to have all these policies. I'm nothing like that. Like I'm one of the most humble stylists you will ever meet, like for damn sure. And then when it comes to the popularity, like I can't even go to Walmart. Somebody always coming up to me. But one thing I keep is cards on me. So even before the fame or the popularity, I was always at Walmart with cards. Like I'm not finna go in Walmart without 10 cards and without passing them out. Gas stations, McDonald's, I go through the drive-through with a card. So, but the main thing that did make me known was going live at them braid competitions. My viewers was going up and people sharing it. So it definitely does help with popularity.
You got to get too deep into it, but you're a hairstylist, so I definitely got to get your opinion on this because I went through this probably when my son first started his dreads. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the girl books her appointment 4 o'clock.
4 p.m.
4 p.m.
Mm.
She
Go ahead.
calls me. She says, "I gotta go get my son. I'm gonna be an hour late." I say, "Cool. I'm understanding. About the kids." 5 o'clock come. She says, "Oh, I forgot I was supposed to do this ponytail on this girl hair." I'm like, "Damn, okay." So she starts my son's hair about 6:30. I send her. She charged 65 for a retwist. I sent her 60, and the next day I was like, "The next day I'm gonna pay you the other five. I'll come by your crib and bring you the $5 or whatever."
Daddy. Go
So
ahead.
listen, this
That's
girl says, this girl blows me up about the $5. And in my mind, I'm like, really, you should have just charged that to the game. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm just like,
No, you're
it
not.
was 2 hours late. Like,
Two
how,
and a half.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
What time did y'all eventually leave? How long did all that take? Because you got to retwist and sit up under the drop.
yes.
So
And,
about
and,
8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
and she never does this her again because I just didn't respect that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just wanted to see you up.
So number one, kids prioritize their family first. Stylists got to stop doing that. Kids got to come first. So I've got to the point where back in the day, I would say when my kids was like 1, 2, and 3, they did used to be at the shop with me like all the time. So I would make accommodations to where they could get dropped off at the shop and stuff like that. So I wouldn't have to stop on them. Secondly, now my schedule is like 9 to 3. Can't nobody get in after 3 unless you've been with me the whole 10 years.
Right, right,
Really,
right.
them is the only people I give exceptions to. And I have a few loyal clients that I give that to. But other than that, my kids come first. I'm off work by 3. If
Right.
they got to be picked up by a certain time, I'm not coming back to the shop after picking up kids. So you have to get your schedule first. When you said 4 o'clock, your appointment was at 4. It's not cool. Most people don't. They be booking all time of the nights, and they got to remember like you have to put your kids first, so he can't get. Oh, she's like, oh, he can't get mad because I got to go get my son. It's a really good
Right.
excuse, but she should have never booked that appointment at that time from the first place. The kids come first. So when people adjust their schedules and they get used to their schedule, they won't make those mistakes as often. As far
Right.
as double booking or forgetting somebody, I've definitely done that. It's been 10
Yeah,
years.
that happens.
yeah, yeah.
To tell somebody I gotta go get my son, it's gonna be an hour. Is she going to Stillwater? Where like
Right. Where you going?
Collinsville? Where is she
Oklahoma
going?
City?
So that don't even make sense. Like
Yeah.
there has been times I had to get my kids from daycare when they were way younger, and I made sure that the daycare I put them in was right down the street. So I'm literally 5 minutes
People
from
don't
the
think
shop.
ahead. So you already thinking ahead. You already thinking like, okay, for my life to balance out, I need to do this like this and do this like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People, I feel like they don't think about that in the business world. And then they get mad at the customers like it's our fault.
Our business. I want your answer on this as well. How do you feel about these girls doing this half-ass heads, half-ass work on Tulsa? Social media have gave people who can't really braid that good the platform to braid.
Right.
And Tulsa
So,
became saturated with braid.
so I tell people if first of all, people gonna charge what they want to charge, but you got to see how the way they advertise. I have clients that come in and they'll be like, "Okay, yes, I was wanted like this, and remember I sent you this picture." And then they'll scroll, and they're like, "Oh my bad, I stalked your page, so I do got like 20 of your pictures saved." I'm like, "That's what you're supposed to do when
Yeah,
you
Right.
scouting. You want to stalk the person's page and see what is the main thing they posting. That's what they specialize in.
yeah,
So I've had people hit me up and be like, "Hey, can you do me a lace front wig?" And I'm like, "No, they know they only see me post braids. Is they for real?" So
Right.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
immediately have to let them know, like, "No, I'm sorry, I don't do lace fronts." But I always send a few names, to help
But
them.
you can braid up under there, huh?
Yeah, I can do the straight backs. If they
The
send me
McMill
like, "Do you
Braid
do lace
King.
front?" I don't even try to be like, "Oh yeah, I could do it," and stuff like that. Like, no, I ain't even finna play with nobody. So when y'all looking for a stylist, make sure you see the main thing that you're looking to get done on their page. It
Yeah,
tells a lot. So that weeds out the problems, the issues. When it comes to their schedules, if you got stylists that's booking at 6 p.m., 7 p.m., they schedule books is open that late. This ain't the barbershop. The
yeah,
barber, how long y'all haircut take? 20, 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you booking a stylist and she want to book you at 6 p.m., 8 p.m., not stuff like that, no, that's a red flag.
yeah.
Um,
Oh, hell yeah.
Are organized with their schedules. That's the people you advertise the way they move. They posting, hey, I had a cancellation for tomorrow. Anybody want to get in? It has to be before 3, stuff like that.
Right.
What made you really decide to like? I'm gonna stick with braids. I'm not gonna do any other thing.
Um,
Uh,
I guess because that's the main thing I've been doing since I was younger. I started with braids. That was the main thing that people asked for.
and
I
if
was
it,
an athlete, so my number one clientele in high school was all the athletes, from the football team to the basketball team, soccer team. I did everybody's braids in high school, so
no,
that was the main thing.
well, that's
And when I had my salons, I had a lot of other stylists that did the other styles that I didn't do.
Mhm.
So to support them, I give them all the people that
man.
do that.
That's where in Oklahoma, and you're a braider, and you're so popular, and taking off in the business where you kind of shot off pretty fast. Can you say that hate was it a lot of people really going against the grain at that time, or how was it? Like, was it smooth sailing? Because I'm from Tulsa. There's a lot of crabs in the bucket. There's a lot of people who don't like you just because you're moving up, and I see you sipping your tea. So,
Yeah.
So, man, the hate that I would get as my shop was building and the more stylists I was getting, it was going crazy because they thinking like, who does she think she is? Like I got a shop at 23. A lot of people weren't doing that. I got
Right.
all these people come work in my shop so quick. The parking lot is booming. Like for my followers to go up literally 600, 700, 800 people a day. Like it was just all over the nation, like all over the world. Like if I show y'all the little statistics of the different people that follow me from all over the world, is crazy. But like once that started going up, people in Tulsa started hating because other people from out of town was showing me love. And that's where it was really getting bad with that. The more stylists I got and the more love I got shown from others.
Typical Tulsa, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm interviewing a fellow next week, and he made a post asking should he open a lounge in OKC or Tulsa.
Yeah.
I mean, I told him, I'm like, OKC, bro. Like, I'm
Right.
not gonna like I see it quite often, and people be like, if you hate Tulsa, just leave. No, y'all need to stop hating. Period. And motherfuckers won't want to
Right.
leave.
yeah.
That's the whole problem.
You ever see yourself expanding to like another city, another state? You
No,
ever see yourself? Oh, you
no.
Hold
So
it down. Hold it down. Pop.
when I opened up my salon in 2013 and I had my salon. I had 3 shops actually, and I had them for a total of 5 years. The first one I had for 3 years. The last 2 I had for 2 years. And then when I decided to go solo, I'm looking on Craigslist looking for buildings and stuff. And when I tell y'all rent was cheap back then, like I just didn't understand why more people wasn't on the movement. But rent was so cheap back then. I'm just typing in commercial properties. Boom.
yeah.
I'm seeing stuff for 500, 400, 300. Like it was amazing. So I ended up finding 2 and I visited 2. One was in Oklahoma City and one is at the one I'm at right now. And I got both. I was like, forget it. So for 2 years, I had my Oklahoma City salon and it was probably like 500 square feet, half of the first one, but it was just me. And I'm the only one with the key. I'm going in whenever I want to, going back from Oklahoma City to Tulsa. It was amazing. So to have that experience and get that Oklahoma clientele, I was doing a lot of and braid battles out there at that time as well. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was starting to get my name out there too. Then I would come to Tulsa, and I would still do my regular clients here. So not lived in both, but I've lived the life of both Oklahoma City and Tulsa within the heritage. Tulsa, I mean, I I love it. It's a lot of good things about Tulsa that people don't see, especially as far as the network. The networking is good. If you don't have support, it's something.
I see. I can agree to that to a fault. It is some people like me. I live in Texas now. I mean,
Mhm.
I love Oklahoma, but at the same time, the negative side that I kind of cling to, I just can't go back to Tulsa. I mean, if I'm gonna create a business, because I'm in real estate, so that's what I like to do.
Oh,
So
okay.
I
See that
eventually,
in that area for sure.
yeah, so I eventually want to own plenty of property in Oklahoma. Uh, but right now, I just think it fits best for me in Texas. But I do commend a lot of people who are in Oklahoma building businesses. Do you feel like it's important for the people who have foundational businesses to stay in?
The industry they in, the industry you in, great move. Texas is definitely where it's at. But when it comes to salon industries, of course, cost of living inflation is going up everywhere.
Yeah.
And Oklahoma, I made sure I checked today, is the twentieth inexpensive place to live in the United States. Really, really good. And when you can own a salon here and a barbershop and you paying less than $1,000, depending on how many square feet it is, of course, and you also can afford your other stuff that you got going on with your house and everything, that's a great thing. You go other places, they struggling. Like in California for a suite that's like 300 or 400 square feet, you paying 16 to 1800 a month.
Yeah.
So just imagine how much easier it is here and more relaxing. That's why I try to convince people to get out the house from doing her, which some people like going to people's homes. It's okay. Everybody done been there, done that. But it's so cheap here. Like it's really
I
easy for
feel
you to
like
get a
people are more relaxed when they doing hair out their home, though. I don't feel like it's more of on business, and I'm not saying that everybody's like that, but my son has went to people's house, and the time frame that it takes for his hair to get retwisted compared to him going to a salon and getting his hair retwisted.
On people's house getting a hair braid because I used to have braids too, and your badass kid run across the room.
Yeah.
We tired of you telling your badass kid to shut the hell up and all this. I just came to get my hair braided, man. I don't want to. I don't want to know
Right.
that your cousins on
Gotta
the.
hold the baby.
Right from somewhere. So
Yeah.
with that being said, me and you've been following each other for years. I didn't see you go through
Probably
it.
been a
You
decade.
know what I'm saying? So, and you've seen. How long would you say that it took you to make a real profit, where you feel like, okay, I'm making a real profit now in this?
I would definitely say after I closed the 3 shops. Like when I went solo and was going back from Oklahoma City to Tulsa, that's when the profit really started to show because it was just me
Mm-hmm.
and the the overhead was not too high, and so I would say 5 years, and now it's been.
Coming up on your 10-year anniversary, so how do you really feel about that? Because that's a big thing. 10 years. That's most people businesses fall off over the years, don't last.
Most businesses after 2 years.
Yeah, 80% of salons close within 18 months. So
That's wicked.
if people look at the statistics before they get into it, then it breaks it down. I look at the statistics on everything. So when I look at stuff like that, it's like, okay, well, I can do this if I'm making this much, but if I'm not, it's not gonna survive. But as far as my 10-year anniversary, like it's a blessing. Like I used to wrap my son up like the African women do with a scarf while I'm braiding because he was 4 months old and
I
he's 10
remember.
now. So
Wow.
it's crazy, like just to see the growth and how everything has come.
That's another spicy question. I mean, it may not be spicy, but it just stems for the things that I saw personally. Do you feel like it's a lot of people in Tulsa that owe you a little bit of flowers because you were letting girls off the street, in my opinion, work in your shops, and they was kind of
Um,
doing bad. There was a couple of them doing.
say they owe me their flowers, but I feel like they know I was there for them, and they realize, dang, I'll never get $40 booth rent again in my life. $40 a week. Average booth rent
That's
really
love.
was like $125 a week back then.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
might get somebody to let you do 100. And I went to Supercuts because I didn't know what I wanted to do at that point. So I went to Supercuts and I worked there for like 2 or 3 months, learned how to cut Caucasian hair. That was cool.
yeah.
And then I worked at a salon for 3 weeks, and it was down the street from this salon that I got on Pine and Harvard. And like I said, I kept seeing that sign. So I paid booth rent for 3 weeks, and she charged $85 a week. So that was easy peasy. Like I remember giving her booth rent. Y'all don't know how much the struggle is nowadays. So I
Yeah.
gave her booth rent my second day working there. And she was like, "What are you doing, boo friend? Not due until Friday." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but I made a decent amount in the past 2 days, so here you go."
Yeah.
She was like, "Man, this hasn't happened in 15 years." I was like, what? She said, yeah, thank you.
15
I
years?
appreciate you. And when it was time for me to go after them 3 weeks, because like I said, I just seen the signs, so God told me to act.
A lot of people in Tulsa, you are literally the only girl I know or only woman that I know that have made a business so young and still surviving, killing it. You know what I mean? Doing it down. People back in the day had some hustle, but they hustle wasn't like this. You have the hustle and the muscle, and you ain't about 110 pounds soaking wet. Uh,
Thank you for the 20.
you see yourself going in this business? Do you want to like start a mentorship or something
Been
of that?
doing that. Been doing. I got somebody in the inbox this morning, 4:38 a.m. Dang, that's crazy. I remember that. But she hit me up at 4:38 a.m. I don't get mad at people for that or none of that. My notifications on silence. So when I seen it, she said, hey, I'm trying to see how to get a braid certification. So I'm gonna educate y'all real quick. So cosmetology school is like $20,000 to $30,000. So you used to have to go to cosmetology school just to braid, even if you didn't want to do chemicals. It basically specialized you to do chemicals and all that. So 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 5 at the max, they made a new law to where you can get a braider certification completely free. Because so many people braid hair, it's like, dang, why we got to go to school for 20 to 30 bands to braid hair, you know?
Yeah.
So the state board changed the rules, and now they can go to Oklahoma City for free and get that certification. They give them a permit first, and then they got to take a 25 question safety and sanitation quiz. So it's so much easier for them nowadays, only if they know. But as far as the female this morning that hit me up, yeah, she was asking me like what I need to do. And she was like, everybody told me you the person
Yeah.
you need to be on the board of the state board of cosmetology.
Yeah, you need to take your mentorship. I don't have that many people in our community that have done what you have done. And I think there's a lot of young girls who right now, man, you know, them young girls are doing all that. Hair, makeup, and all that at 14, 15. Maybe they can watch you on YouTube do some hair and be inspired. I think that's something that you'd be great at. You know, you read
Right.
smart, you intelligent. I think you should kind of take that path, man.
I have done a few braid classes at almost all the beauty colleges in Tulsa and 2 of them in Oklahoma City. So they call me out there because I know all the people at the beauty colleges as far as the directors and stuff. So I've done braid classes the past 10 years too.
That's dope. That's
And I
dope.
do that for the community. Like I don't charge the schools to call me and do that. That's an honor to me to be able to speak and
Right.
teach them the things that I know about entrepreneurship and
No, we don't have anybody like that. I do again. Take my hat off. I ain't hat fishing what they say. Uh, I do take my hat off to you just because there's not a lot of people that have done what you've done again. And we need to give people, especially where we come from, they flowers while we can. But you know, life's too short. I'm not saying you're gonna go or pass anytime soon, but life's too short. Let's give each other flowers and thank each other as we go through life and build a better community. Do you feel like you like giving back? Is that something you want to do more?
ever become a millionaire, like definitely one of my goals is to rebuild North Tulsa. Like there's no way for me to be sitting on millions and millions and not put that into North Tulsa because I know that they need that. And I feel like
So I'm
the
gonna give
old
you.
the old Black Wall Street
Yeah.
needs to be North Tulsa. And we should have been doing
The line you gotta tiptoe it. We gotta get back. You know what I mean? It's
right,
like your kids. They bad at school, but you still gotta feed them. You still gotta clothe them. You still
right.
got things for them, even though they don't appreciate nothing. Y'all
Yeah,
know these kids don't appreciate nothing no more. Everything is so accessible.
yeah.
So that's how you should treat your community, man. And some of them are just ignorant. We need to raise and be more like that. And our parents right now know their kids is heathen.
That's true.
Still from giving back because we want to give back, but there's always that one bad apple, man. We know
Yeah.
the hood ain't bad. We all lived in the black community. The black community ain't bad. It's some of the most family oriented place you can ever be.
Yeah.
There's so much
And
love there.
few individuals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo.
it's always that one or two people that ruin it all. But for the majority of us, we want to do better. We know this better. And that's what I'm saying. Women like you who started a business at 23 had 3 shops. It's not many young ladies that can say they even tiptoe that. Hell, they didn't have not one.
Trying to think. I can't think.
I,
Just
she
put,
done.
just put. I know you want to speak a little bit about fantasy hair art, and I'm kind of interested in what that is as well. So I'll let you kind of let the people know exactly what fantasy hair art really is.
I'm getting prepared for a hair show February 4th, right? And
Okay.
I have so many fantasy hair art looks sitting next to me. I really want to show y'all, but I want y'all to come to the hair show and see it. But basically, fantasy hair art is art within the hair. So something that you wouldn't normally see. Like just me putting these beads on my ball. That's art.
Right.
Spiced it up. The whole another 10 notches. Um when it comes to seeing stuff that you normally wouldn't see, like I did a basketball goal on the head. Did y'all see that one?
Yes, I did. That was dope.
I
I,
cut up
yeah,
jeans and made it into like abstract type of art and put it on type of a girl's head. I've done a fruit basket. So just anything to the imagination with hair, like I can create it. Did y'all see the one with the chair?
I seen it all.
Basically, fantasy hair is just something you wouldn't normally see. Over
yeah,
the top.
dope. That's dope. I mean, I wish I had my braids back. I'll have you do me a basketball because I had hoop dreams. I had real serious hoop dreams, but God didn't make me but 5'9".
Show y'all that live. It was like 12,000 people on that live watching me at this competition because it was so much hate on there, but it was a lot of support too. And I've learned how to take the negative comments and like, she looked like Charlemagne, and everybody be cracking up like, yo, she do like Charlemagne. I'd be like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Like after the negative comments to years of taking like cyberbullying, you got to be able to take that.
Yeah,
Like
you got to be ready. And Tulsa will build you for cyber.
Bullying is people say turn off. They can turn off the phone, turn off the camera, but know that sticks and stones might break my bones, but words might never hurt me. Bullshit. People say things that cut deep.
yes.
The the flaws that you might see about yourself, somebody can say it in the comments, and you'll think about that same thing for 2 3 days straight, hating yourself. It builds a lot of self hate. Uh, I was hearing what you were saying. Toss kind of builds you for that. Man,
Mm.
Toss builds you for a little bit of this bullying. You hit me, I'm gonna hit your ass. Oh man, you see his eye a little crooked, and the whole time you trying to keep your eyes straight. You don't want. You hope nobody notice you.
Yeah.
Right.
But they wrote in the comments. Now at nighttime you can't even sleep. How because your eye messed up. Do you think it is for people to have self love, self esteem, and to be strong within?
Very important because you would drive yourself crazy. I remember in my early 20s, I used to argue with people back and forth on Facebook. I'm to the point where I can't curse no more. I can't even say sexy on Facebook. I almost got blocked for that. But my account has been on flagged several many times for arguing with people. So I had to stop doing that and just be like, just ignore, block, and delete. I got over 1,200 people blocked. I don't know nobody that got more people.
Your block game
Somebody
is
say something
strong.
stupid.
Real talk.
Yeah, as soon as somebody say something stupid, block. Like I don't got time to argue. It be fake pages, real
Oh,
pages,
no.
people from the town, people from Afghanistan. Like I ain't got time for it no more. It used to drive me.
Help me with that blocking stuff because I got about 6 people blocked.
As soon as they say something, it's like I don't got.
Tulsa, I'm gonna tell you, and I call these people comment cheerleaders, and these are people that never have the confidence to get on your page and actually say how they really feel, but they wait on someone else to say it, and then that person comment have like 67 likes. Like,
Easy for you to block, though. They make it easy for you to block when this person coming for you, and then it's all these people liking they comment.
Yeah.
We block.
Oh, but y'all gonna see my.
Make it real easy. Block, block, block.
But my mind be like, people who don't like me. Oh, I want y'all to see me rise.
Right.
I want y'all to see that I'm happy. I see people on Facebook and they talk shit about me. First thing I ask myself, what do they got going on, and is it more worthy than mine? Because a lot of these people who be hating on you be half-assed.
Hear the word. It would be the dudes too. Like to even just hear the words, I can't braid is just hilarious. Because I've won 9 braid competitions. It just don't even make sense. And
they say that.
And like just last month, a barber here in town shared a post that of one of my clients. I've been doing this hair for years. And he took a picture of the braids and posted on Facebook and tagged me. Like, she did it again. She be doing her thing. He shared it and said, I would have walked right out the shop and not paid her shit.
Wow.
And he was just like, what
And
you
that's
mean by that? And he was like, that's my brother. She been braiding my hair for years. What do you mean? And he like, she trash, she garbage, she ain't all that. Just
I only see it out of my city. That's what I'm saying. We need more people like you spreading positivity, man. It's so crazy what I be seeing in Tulsa. People be trying, but they let people around them stop their efforts or their ambition. And for you to keep going, cause I seen that you was going through some.
I remember people making a post about me one day and was like, tell that Ethiopian bitch Sharne to unblock me. This girl made a post. And then y'all should have seen all the she blocked me too. She blocked me too. Y'all should have seen how that post went. So
Yeah.
many people's on her. She got me blocked. She been had me blocked for 10 years. It was somebody screenshot.
Tell me a little bit about these braiding and barber battles, because I know that can be very.
It's literally the hair Olympics. So the biggest and blackest hair show and battles happen at the Bronner Brothers in Atlanta. That's one of my goals to get there one day to do the fantasy hair competition. But at these braid and barber battles, it's basically like the men will have three categories. One of them will be whoever do the best beard. So you want to bring somebody with a full thick beard so they can see the real transition. And then they'll have like a taper fade battle, whoever do the best taper fade. And then they have the design battles. That's my favorite one because it's like fantasy braiding, what I do. So when it comes to the braid competitions, they'll have like feeder braid competition, speed braiding, the bird box competition, just fantasy, over the top, creative, whatever it is. They just have different competitions, and people come from all over. Some people come from Texas to these competitions too.
Yeah.
And it's like it's real intense. You got a lot of people around you watching. I'm never nervous when people around watching. I'm nervous about, are the judges gonna like what I'm doing? Because I have lost some and it was BS. But like literally they'll give us an hour and a half. And
Yeah.
I literally lost to a girl that did 2 braids. I did 18 braids. She did 2 braids. So to lose in a competition like that, it's like, yo, don't.
That must be some super braids. She must have stitched them.
Exactly. I said, you know what? Next competition, I'm gonna call people from the audience. Come on, let me do you 2 braids. Come on, let me do you 2 braids because I could do
Do
10
you
of
feel
them
like you was
in an
cheated?
hour and a half.
Be honest. You feel like you was cheated?
Oh yeah. I made a Facebook post about it. I was in my feelings. People was telling me to get out my feelings. I'm a sore loser when I lose because if somebody really did that shit, I would get them their props. I'm gonna post their stuff on my page so they can get some fame. But if I got cheated, I did used to vent. I had to stop doing competitions. I was in my feelings because 2 braids is an insult. Like
Yeah.
literally.
When's your next competition?
My best.
No, your next.
I haven't signed up for a competition in 2.
I know you said you got a hair show coming up. So,
Yes.
what exactly is a hair show?
So with a hair show, you have 3 different types. You have a showcase hair show, you have competition hair shows, and then you have presentation hair shows. So a showcase hair show is when you have barbers, stylists, estheticians, or anybody in the beauty industry. They get to have 3 models walk out and strip the runway. The person on the mic, the host, they will give their name, a description of what they do. They will describe what the models are wearing and how their hair is as well. That's a showcase hair show. So it's literally showing your talent, getting your name out there. Those are really good hair shows for people that's upcoming in the industry that they need to be a part of. Then the next step is the competition hair shows. With that, it's like a play or a presentation or a production. So we literally have practice for these hair shows because some people might have a dance routine that I put in there for them, and you have different scenes. So I have a page for this scene, a page for that scene. I got all these models in it. This group might need practice, but this one might not. So, and then also you want to do hair throughout the show. So I can have this hairstyle in the show, and then like, not me, but my model could have this hairstyle in the show, and then she sit down and I alter the hairstyle within 3 minutes just to show my speed and what I can do to change it. So you want to show your ability to change the hairstyle,
Yeah.
be entertaining, and you want to have creativity. And Bronner Brothers, they have something called the Grand Battle Royale, and they win $25,000 for first place. Even second place come out with like 10 bands. So with that, you need like 20 to 30 models, and you got to have dedicated people. It's very serious.
Yeah, that's something. That's something. I never knew that. How important it is to network amongst other braiders and other stuff.
Very important. Like As far as getting to know people to send people to, because you can't get them in, or y'all just networking with each other, that's what gets your name out here too, not just the clients. You got to have a good name in the beauty and barber industry. Like, it matters.
Yeah.
If you have a bad name out here, people not gonna send people.
I never heard anything. I've never heard anybody had anything bad to say about you. The turmoil that I've ever heard you go through, it was you letting these hood rats work under you, and it was a few of them. Man, I just like, man, how is she letting this girl in her?
Man, gave everybody a chance. Everybody.
Some people
And
don't even.
that's why I went solo. Like, just I was always looking out for everybody, trying to build my team, charging $40 booth rent. Like, just trying
Told
to see everybody grow. And then after that, it was all about self and my kids. Just let me take care of
on that
us.
$40, I guarantee it was a couple girls that always came up late.
Service announcement: you do not need to be in this profession if you cannot pay $40 booth rent.
On time. No
Dollars.
excuses.
You see Tulsa gifted braiders in the next 5 years. I know you're in 10 years, that's a big accomplishment. So, I know you
Well,
have a 5 year goal.
continue throwing hair shows, and I want them to get bigger and better. Like, my last hair show, it was probably almost 200 people there. It was amazing. The one before that had like just 100 people, but I've also had showcase hair shows that have involved other barbers and stylists and stuff, and those shows had 300 or 400 people. So not only just doing hair in the industry, but continuing to have shows and competitions and battles and stuff on my own, that's more income as well. And then also that's stuff that I really enjoy doing. Um, my next hair show that's coming up is a solo hair show presentation. So if I continue with your solo presentation, is when you basically create all the scenes yourself. Everything is just you, and it's not a competition. You're literally putting on a play, pretty much. So that's what I'm doing next, and I would like to continue to do that in the next 5 years to make them bigger and better. Also, I have a boutique inside my salon, clothing boutique for women. So I'm selling retail. Of course, I would like for that to get bigger, and I would like to really get the more expensive type of clothing. Like, I wanted to get to that point to where it's a beautiful boutique and they like, she got exclusive stuff in her, buying from straight fashion designers. If it can be people in Tulsa, that will be good too.
Yeah.
My kids, they got their own businesses. My daughter, she has itty bitty bags, so she sells purses. And it'll be 3 years coming up, I believe. And so I want her business to get bigger with the purses. My son sells clothes for boys. And then my other daughter, she sells accessories like Claire's. So basically, I would like for their business to get even bigger within my business. And I have their business at my salon. So it makes sense only for that to grow, the items to get better, and for me to stick with this lane. If I can get called out every now and then to do actors, models, fashion shows and stuff like that, singers and stuff. If I can go out and do it every now and then, that's cool. But I wouldn't want that to be one of my career goals, to be a travel celebrity stylist or nothing like that, because my family come first.
Yes, ma'am. Man, hey, you're a family oriented
Love that.
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah, people that do travel jobs, I be like, what about their kids? When they say they kids?
My son, he turned 14 today. He said he came in, I gave him his little PS5 for his birthday. He said, man, Monday I'm trying to go to work with you. And that was a big thing for me, you know what I'm saying? Because I tell them all the time, like, we raising leaders over here. We ain't raising no followers. I'm gonna make you say it, even though you probably don't want to say it. And I know you're humble, but would you say you're the queen of hair in the Tulsa world?
I would not say I'm the queen of hair in the Tulsa world, but I will stand on being the fastest braider in the state. And if anybody want to compete, we can do that any day, because
Yeah.
I'm the fastest, period.
Yeah.
But queen of hair, no, I don't want to claim that. But the fastest, I'm claiming that.
I heard you saying you got investments, and like I said, I've been watching you for years. I mean, like, I didn't watch you go through so much, and one investment you should look into is I strongly think that you should write a book about your life. You know what I'm saying? Your whole process, how you got to the journey where you're at today. I think it would be a good seller. You have a story to tell, so that's something that you should really look into when you have your free time. And trust me, 10 years from now, you're going to be like, That nigga Ray said it.
Right.
Listen, now, I hope you're not braiding no more, man. I hope you just doing shows and orchestrating it and leading a multitude of young ladies to their success.
So I do plan on retiring when I'm like 40. I might keep a few loyal clients, but my daughter, she's gonna take over by the time she 15, 16. She already know how to braid.
Go right there.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Hey, I'm trying to get this real estate popping so I can own a bunch of properties and my kids can help manage it. I think it's important to put our kids in positions. We want to say we want to let our kids choose a path, but if you know your kid is not going to be 6'5", he's not playing basketball.
Exactly.
I'm not wasting my money, all my time on those bullshit dreams. I'm gonna see what my kid's good at, and I'm gonna put him in a position and align him to that. Man, Michael Jackson got beat to a billionaire. Serena Williams then shit. Her daddy made her play tennis. Tiger Woods, his daddy made him play golf, and look how they became. We need to kind of direct our kids and how you're doing with your children, making them start businesses early, teach them how to braid. You're giving them gifts and talents that can take them further than just the average child.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So right now, hey, I want you to shout out your social medias. Where can we find you? Your addresses to your shop. Let us know how we can support.
You can find me on Facebook at Sharne Vick, and I only take appointments on Facebook Messenger. I have to keep all of my messages organized there because I get 20 to 30 messages a day. I don't do booking links, booking apps, anything of that sort. I am picky with my clientele. I have a private salon suite. So when it comes to booking with me, I have to build rapport in the inbox first. And also, I am on all platforms. I'm on Instagram as Itty Bitty the Braidologist, Snapchat Itty Bitty Braider, and also TikTok Itty Bitty Braider. But most of my followers are definitely on Facebook, so follow me on.
And that's what's so funny. Her name is Itty Bitty because if you seen her, she really is Itty Bitty.
Oh, I know.
And she has kids. I'm like, who pushed out these children? And you should teach a class on how to get your body back after getting having children because
It's natural. I don't know.
It's God's gift, bro.
Yeah, the frame.
God's gift, man. But hey, man, this is Off Trend, man. Hey, I'd like to thank y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and get the notification bell.
Yes, and come to my hair show February 4th. Boots and Shots off 129th by Albies. And it's from 4 to 8. It's a Sunday. It's a Valentine's theme. I got a lot of people in town involved on this heavy
thing that we can do just help support.
Share my flyer.
Yeah, man. I got some people that I know in Tulsa that cause some big deals. You feel me? And that maybe we can figure out how we can all collide and and help out and support your young sister. Just because I feel like we need to pass and hold all the branches out to people that we see as respectful and successful, and you are both. Man, and I thank you for coming. And man, hey, keep popping, keep rocking, doing what you're doing, because can't nobody stop you but you.
All right, thank y'all.
Yes,
You're welcome.
Yeah, nigga.